Hi, so this is what we did in lab this week. This is the actual part drawing, and we're going to just take a few seconds and go through the process of making this part. So we have a top view, a right view, and a front view, which is also, it's a front view, but it is actually a section view, which the section cuts through the base of the part so we can see the inside of the two slots and this, what we would refer to as a pocket here. So we can see the depth of the pocket and the radius of the inside fillet. So what we're going to do, the parts are all in inches here, so I'm going to create a new part. Normally we're in the this view. You can be over in the advanced view, which you could have different templates. So but let me stick over here in the part view and I'll say OK. The units down here on the lower right hand side are in inches. That's what we want. And I'm going to create a sketch on the front plane. And I'm going to use the line tool. So I'm going to click to make sure I'm coincident with the origin, come across horizontally, up vertically. Now I'm going to come off at an angle. Now I've just clicked. I'm going to move the cursor away from that point that I just clicked at, move the cursor back. That transitions me to the tangent line tool. So I'll click and then I'll wait to click again until I'm directly above the origin. I'll click again and click at the origin to close. My line tool is still active. I'll hit escape to get out of the tool. And if we hover over this geometric relation, we can see that the line and the arc are tangent to each other. But you'll notice that these two, this arc and this line, are not tangent. So if I select this point, so left click on it, I get from the flyout menu the option to make those tangent. So I'll select that, and we now have the tangency on both of those points of the arc. I'm going to go to the Smart Dimension tool, and I'm going to click on this line, and I want that distance to be 4.13. This vertical distance is going to be 0.45. Now from the center of the arc to the horizontal line is 2.45, and from this vertical line to the center of that arc is 3.38. The extrude distance is going to be 0.45, which is over here on the diagram. So if I go to the Features tab, I'll do Extruded Boss, and I'll set the depth to being 0.45. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a sketch on the front face. So I'm going to do Sketch, the front face. And I'm going to use the corner rectangle tool to select the bottom left-hand corner, which is at the origin of the sketch, and for the top right-hand side there is actually a point there that is defined. So when I hit escape to get out of the line tool, you'll see that the sketch is fully defined. It says it down here on the lower right-hand side. So I'm going to go Features, Extruded Boss. And the thickness is going to be 1.88 minus the 0.45. So that's what I'm going to type in. 1.88 minus 0.45 to give me what the total length of that shelf is going to be. I'm now going to work on creating the features up here. So I'm going to do a sketch. So go to the Sketch tab, Sketch to start a new sketch, select the front face. I'm going to use the circle tool, and if I hover over this edge, the circular edge, it points out where the center is. I can select that point to be the center of my circle. I'll click again to drop the circle, or to define the size of the circle. I'll hit escape to get out of the tool. You'll see that the circle has that baby blue color, so that means it's pre-selected. If I hold the control key down, I can also select this arc. Letting go of the control key brings out the flyout menu, and the option I want is to make them co-radial. That means that this arc, this circle, now has the same radius as that arc. It's fully defined. I'll go Features, Extruded Boss, and in this case the depth is going to be 1.15 minus 0.45, so 1.15 minus 0.45. I'm again going to sketch on this face, so I'm making the two holes that are part of this counter bore. So the first is going to have a diameter of 1 and a depth of 0.25, and then the inner circle is going to be 0.45, and it's going to go all the way through the part. So I'm going to do a sketch onto this face, doing the same trick, hover over the edge to wake up the center. I'll draw the circle. Go to the Smart Dimension tool, set the diameter to be 1, and now going directly to the Features tab, I'm going to do an extruded cut now, an extruded cut, and make the depth 0.25. I'm again going to create a new sketch onto this face, so sketch onto this face. Again, using the circle tool, hover over a circle to find the center, select it, go back to the dimension tool, put in the dimension that I want, in this case 0.45. Go back to the Features tab, click Extruded Cut, and this time I'm going to set the depth not blind but to through all, so that it cuts all the way through the part no matter what I do to the changing the dimensions afterwards. The next thing I want to do is I want to put in these two radius 0.25 fillets. So on the Features tab, I'll go to the Fillet tool. Over here on the right hand side, I want to make sure that full preview is selected. For the fillet parameters, I'll leave it as being symmetric, but the radius is going to be 0.25. Come over here, select the two edges that I want to fillet, that one and this one. And just for instance, if you select something you don't mean to, say I selected that face, I don't want that selected, so under the items to fillet, I had selected edge 1 and edge 2. For the face 1, I'll just right click and delete that, so I'm back to where I was. So I'll say OK. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to put in these slots and this part. So what I have is, as I use the section tool. So one way to use the section tool is I want to create a section that's going to be parallel to, say, this face. So if I pre-select that face, when I go to the section tool, it'll automatically start at that face. I'm just going to pull up a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm essentially hiding the top of the part. So I'll say OK. And now I'm going to create a sketch onto this face. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make the two slots. So I'm going to use the straight slot tool, and I'm going to just put one over here, and I'll put one over here. Now what I want to do is I want to make these slots equal to each other and at the same location. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select anything on the slot will work, but I'm going to specifically choose the center point here. I'm going to hold my control key down and select the other center point of the other slot. And now from the options, I'm going to choose make horizontal, so those 2 points will remain horizontal to each other. And I'm also going to select make equal, make the slots equal to each other. So now if I move the slot up and down, the position will change, and also if I change, say, the radius of the fillet, that will change as well. So what I'm going to do now is go to my dimension tool, This is going to be 0.6. The radius is going to be 0.15. The height now is going to be, if I hover over here, I get this bottom point to show up. So I'll select that and this bottom point, and we're going to make that 0.27. And the last thing I need to fully define this slot is to give its horizontal distance, which will be 0.35. So this slot is fully defined. All I need to do for this one is also add in that horizontal distance, make that 0.35, and because I made them equal, the slots equal to each other, and also making their midpoints horizontal, both slots are fully defined. So I'll go to the Features tab, go to Extruded Cut. The last time I used an extruded cut, the option Through All was selected, so it's also there. I'll say OK to do it. So now I'm going to make the central pocket. I'm going to create a sketch onto this face, and I want that to be centered, so I'm going to come up here under the line tool. I'm going to use a center line, and I'm going to hover over this edge until the midpoint shows up. I'll select that and I'll go vertically and select that point. So now I have a fully defined center line that gives me, so when I use my rectangle tool, but instead of the corner rectangle, I'll use the center rectangle tool. And what I want to be careful is I want to just make the center rectangle on this line. I don't want it to be at the midpoint, because the rectangle's width is going to be controlled by making a tangent to these curves. So I'm just going to select here, draw my rectangle. Now left and right is defined, but now what I want to do is hold my control key down. I'll select the top line and the upper curve of one of these slots, select it to be tangent, and now if I select this bottom line, you can see I can still move up and down. So I'll select this line and hit the control key, select this curve, and again make them tangent. So the only thing that's left undefined is the width, which is here, it's 2.63. So I'll do Features, sorry, I need to go back to my sketch, go to Smart Dimension, put the dimension in as 2.63. Now I'll go to Features, Extruded Cut. The depth is going to be 0.35, so instead of a direction through all, it'll be blind. I'll put in 0.35 for my depth, and I'll say OK. So now what I want to do is I want to put these fillets in. So the corner fillets have a radius of 0.2 and the bottom fillet has a radius of 0.1. So I need to use the fillet tool twice. I'll select fillet here, set the radius to being 0.2. Now when you have something like this where there's defined location, defined geometry, if I select this edge, there's a little flyout menu, and if I select this first one, it says connected to end loop 3 edges, which is what I want. Those are all the 4 edges that I want. So if I select that, that one option will then select all 4 of those edges. So that's what I want. So I'll say OK. I'll go back to the fillet tool, set the radius to being 0.1, and what I'm going to do is just select the bottom face, and that selects all those edges and gives me the radius of 0.1. So once I've done that, I can turn off this section tool so that I can see the entire part. The last thing I want is for the material, so I'll right click on it, and I will I can either edit the material here, or I can click nickel. So I'm just going to click nickel here from the favorites there, and I've set the tool to be nickel. So if I hit Control 7, that gives me my isometric view, and that is what I want for the part. Okay, so that's how you would go ahead making this first part. And the last thing you need to do for this lab assignment is to provide a 4 view of the part that looks kind of like this. So let me show you how to do that. Up here under the heads up toolbar, under view orientation, you select from the view palette down here the 4 view, and then what you want are to set the views the way they would be in an orthographic projection. So selecting into this view, select again the view orientation, select the front view. For this one it would be the top view, so again select view orientation, select the top view. From this one we will select the right view, and from up here you want to just show the isometric view, so we'll show it there as isometric. And once you've done with this, you typically will go to use a snipping tool. If I wanted to do it here, I'll just type down here in my lower window, type snip, find my snipping tool, and I'll come over here, create a new, and select that, and that is what you will drop into the document that you're creating for this part. Okay, so hope that explains everything for you.